little live show. Get a few people. I'm taking a 30-minute break, so this is why. Well, I figured I'd just do a small live show. I got some good news today, and I just want to share it with the world. Trucker Jukebox is now on iHeartRadio. You believe that? I am. And it took almost 3 years to get us there. So, how you doing there, Big John? The JBW Blogs is in there. Rudy is in there. Hey, the Outdoor Adventures. I'm only going to do about a 15-minute live show. I'm not going to do a long... I'm taking a 30-minute break, so I just wanted to do a small live show here. I want you guys to know what's going on. And I've had a radio show that I've been doing since 2016. Some of you guys know about it, some of you don't, because I never really announced it, or I never really talked about it on YouTube. I tried to separate this, from YouTube. But today I got the news that Trucker Jukebox is on iHeartRadio. What we do is on Sunday at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and today won't be no exception. It'll be there. I do a show on Spreaker Radio, and I got like 17,000 gigs of music. I got music, and I've been collecting this music ever since I was 16 years old. So I've been collecting and collecting and collecting. So we got this idea, and who I got it from was actually Jerry Ott. If you guys know Jerry Ott, Big Rig videos, he's a YouTuber, right? And he did this thing on Spreaker Radio, and he did a talk show. And that's what got me thinking. I saw that, so I ended up, I signed on to Spreaker Radio, and I'm licensed. I don't just play music, even internet, you got to be licensed. You can't just play music over the air like that, or you can get in trouble. And the reason for that, because there's a lot of copyright. There's copyright in music, lots of music. So I pay a license. I got an ASCAP license, and every song that I play, whoever's got the copyright for that song gets 88 cents. Doesn't sound like a whole lot, right? But they get 88 cents for every song that I play. Not just me, but when the radio does it, AM, FM radio, or internet radio, whatever, you have to have a license to play music over the air like that. So I'm licensed. I play music. So I got my license first, and I hooked up with Spreaker Radio, and I started playing tunes on Sunday, and I got hooked. I'm hooked on it, okay? So nearly 3 years, 1,500 plays, and we just got told today that I was on iHeartRadio. So you go to iHeartRadio. If you have already got it, I didn't even have it on my phone. I do now because I got the app, right? I went into the phone, I went to the app, and yeah, if you go into, because we're not so big on iHeart yet that my picture isn't sticking out like a sore thumb. So you got to go into the search bar, and you put Trucker Jukebox in there. It's going to be there. It's my picture. That's the picture. And not only did they put just one or two of my podcasts, but they put my whole entire show on iHeartRadio. If you're on my Facebook page, if you're on the Trucker DJ, that's what I'm called on my closed page, is the Trucker DJ, right? If you go in there, I showed everything. I showed Spreaker Radio congratulated me. I gotta unplug my phone. Okay. But Speaker Radio congratulated me for being on iHeartRadio, and iHeartRadio congratulated me for being on iHeartRadio. And it just took there's rules. There's different rules that you got to go by. That's why it took so long for me to get on there. But I just wanted to share this. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a live show or if I just wanted to make a video. But I wanted to tell everybody, thank you. I appreciate that. The ones that have helped me get there are really the ones that supported my radio show, the ones that followed me on my radio show, and you know, you guys mean the world to me. Okay, I got two hobbies that I do. I do YouTube, and I do a radio show, and I love them both. And if I was to die today, I would die happy, because for nearly 3 years I've been trying to get on iHeartRadio, and I'm actually there. So if you want to see the Trucker Jukebox's radio show, like I said, go to iHeartRadio. Thank you. I mean it. Thank you. Go to iHeartRadio. You got to go up in the search, because I'm not big enough yet for me to stick out. But you go up in the search and you just put Trucker Jukebox on iHeartRadio, and you'll see my radio show. We're still going to do our radio show on at 6 o'clock every Sunday. We'll do it again today. We do it every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Spreaker Radio. And as soon as I get done with that radio show, it will actually be moving over to iHeart. Now, it is a live show on Spreaker, but it's not a live show on iHeart. All it is the radio show. So I'm asking, I plead, and I beg, and I've never asked for anything from nobody except for help. So if you don't mind, I would love it if you guys can go to iHeartRadio and just hit the follow button on the Trucker Jukebox, because the more that grows, the more that we're going to be on the front page on iHeartRadio. And I'm going to make you a promise that these radio shows are going to be, they're always real, but I'm going to guarantee that these radio shows are going to be even better than what they were before. They have to be better now, because even though we were on Spreaker, and Spreaker is worldwide, iHeart is all over the place. I have a smart TV, and I even got iHeartRadio on my smart TV. So some of you guys may support me on this, some may not, some may even give me a thumbs down and think I'm a son of a beep beep beep. But it means the world to me. If you don't believe me, ask the friends that I called today. I was so excited, I had goose pimples on my arms. But that's what this is about. It's just letting you guys know I am on iHeartRadio, and that's a big thing. And we're getting ourselves on 5 different platforms. There's Apple Radio, something like that. But there's 5 different platforms. iHeartRadio is the top one, and then the others will follow. Thank you, Pinky the cat. And Sue is in there. And I know I got a few of you guys in here. I haven't been, because if I get my mind off of what I'm talking about, then I start stuttering. I forget where I left off at, right? But share it with everybody. Tell everybody, because you guys know me. The ones that are on iHeartRadio listening to programs, they don't know me. But you guys are the ones, you know me. So it's kind of, in a way, a privilege. It's like there's a few people in my life I would love to meet. If anyone calls you a son of a beep beep, they are the one. No, I'm just saying, you're always going to get a critic. You always got critics that are either going to bash you, or I'm just saying. But the ones that are supporting me, you guys are great, man. So if you happen to go to Spreaker Radio, you go to Trucker Jukebox Spreaker Radio, or you can go to my Facebook page, and you can go down there. I always share the link of the radio show, 1 minute before the time to do the show. Well, I start the show 1 minute before. So by the time I start the show, it will actually be 6 o'clock your time. But I will find the link of iHeartRadio, me on iHeartRadio. I'll put it down in the description box here, so you can go right to that and you can see us on iHeart. And I'll also put the Spreaker Radio link below as well. John is a big John, guys. WBIJ John King is the one that pushed it so hard for me, and he was my cheerleader. You know, come on guys, hit the follow, and if you go to Spreaker Radio, hit the follow button there too, because we need them numbers to go up. If you have never hit the follow button on Spreaker Radio, hit that too, because we want to keep the numbers going up. I won't forget this, guys. I will not forget this. I promise you, I will never forget this. But I'll put both links down. I'll put both links down below. So all you got to do is you can, if you click on the iHeartRadio, I'll put the Trucker Jukebox iHeartRadio link down below. You can click onto that. You can listen to any show. They actually went all the way to 2016 when I started. You can, and then I'll put the Spreaker Radio link down below as well. So if you click onto that at 6 o'clock, that's a live show. You can actually go in there and you can type. I take requests. I do. I have music. I have lots of music. I have lots of music. Trust. I have more music than one man should ever have. But but we take requests. You can go in there and say hi, and we usually have a pretty good family in there. Sometimes I've seen as many as 20 people on that live show. So come check us out. Look us up on iHeartRadio and join us on our show, and I'll give you a shout out. I always do. Whoever comes in there, I usually say who's in the house. But that's it, guys. We made it. Woo! We're on iHeartRadio. God, I tell you what, I love it. But you guys be safe. We're out of here. Until the next time. Later. There we go. Well.